KRG News 5 weather alerts.
And we are tracking possible severe storms across the News 5 viewing area. Some rain already falling in places, the strongest yet to come.
For now, it is cloudy in Mobile with the storms coming soon, and it will be in Pensacola within the next couple of hours.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Albrecht.
And I'm Devin Walsh. We are there is a weather alert that we want to tell you about right now. We want you to look at this time lapse as the clouds roll in over downtown Mobile.
Chief Meteorologist Alan Seals is here now to tell us about any watches or warnings that we have. Alan?
We do have that tornado watch, and along with the threat of tornadoes, we have a threat of severe thunderstorms, also hail and straight-line wind. A situation much like last Saturday when strong thunderstorms developed to the west and then swept across our area. The watch means you've got to watch, you've got to have a plan, make sure you and your family know what to do when the situation changes. Most of the actual warnings are outside of our area. However, notice one does cover Greene County, Mississippi. That's a new severe thunderstorm warning, and that will go until 5:45, Sand Hill, Jonathan, Leakesville, and Leaf. And you have that warning. Keep in mind, though, that the heaviest rain, the heaviest thunderstorms are not yet in Greene County. That's why it's called a warning. Something is on the way that could be a threat. So make sure you have a safety plan within Greene County for the threat of straight-line wind. The rest of us, now's the time to decide where you will go if you get that threat of damaging wind, whether it's a tornado or a severe thunderstorm. Keep in mind, we also have a wind advisory. Like last Saturday, a strong south wind ahead of a system. Now, look at the timing here. It is a projection by 6 o'clock. The main area is still approaching the Mississippi-Alabama state line, taking its time, moving about 20 miles an hour to the to about 10 o'clock this evening. They move into southwestern Alabama, into Mobile Bay, crossing the bay, crossing I-65 by about midnight, and then moving through the Florida Panhandle. Exactly where and when there could be a severe storm, we don't know. That's why we're watching that whole line. I'll have the rest of that in your forecast in a few minutes.
We're out there even better.
In the westernmost portion of the News 5 viewing area, Dana Winter is live in Escatawpa, Mississippi, where people are bracing for a second round of storms in less than a week. Dana?
That's right, Devin, and the people who actually live on Windrow Place in the house behind me tell me they had rain coming in through their ceilings, seeping through their walls in this weekend storm. They had to put up a tarp there, but that's not all the damage they got. Their garage door also taken off, their fence blown away. And as you actually come out here to the yard, you can see there are trees laying down in the front of their yard. And as we walk across here, across the street, there's also a piece of tin. We're told that's actually from a house a couple of streets over, and it blew into this tree. Right now it's kind of sitting above a house, so quite a bit of damage over here. Neighbors here tell us that they also have heard just a couple streets over, someone's roof was actually picked up in this weekend storm and put back onto the house, kind of cockeyed. So a lot of people over here bracing, getting ready for tonight's storms. They say actually they were woken up and alerted to the storms by an alert on their phone. Otherwise they might have been sleeping. We'll of course continue checking in with y'all throughout the night and heading around to these different areas as the storm moves in. Reporting live in Escatawpa, it's Dana Winter, and now we're going to go ahead and check in with News 5's Mary Smith. She's over in Saraland. Mary, what's the latest?
Well, Dana, as we were driving up here on I-65 north from Mobile, we could see those dark clouds gradually just getting darker and darker, rolling into Mobile County here. This shelter on Celeste Road in Saraland is open to anyone. That's the main thing here. You don't have to live in Saraland or Mobile County to come to this shelter. It holds up to 180 people. We already have one family here so far, and there are cots in the back room if you do need them. There are places for you to eat here. There's even a kitchen if you have to cook food, but you cannot bring animals shelter. You can only come with you and your family. Again, you do not have to live in Saraland to come here, and there are places for you to sleep at this shelter if you do need to come. So if you live in a mobile home, an RV, anything of that nature that you are worried about getting damaged or destroyed in this storm, you should seek alternative shelter. We will for now send it back to you guys there in Mobile.
All right, thanks, Mary. So that's on the western half of our viewing area. To our east, people in Baldwin County in northwest Florida will get the same storms just a little bit later on. News 5's Debbie Williams is live tonight in Foley. Debbie, you were at the beach today and those red flags were flying.
Yeah, Pete and Devin, you know, those red flags weren't up because of the size of the waves. It was the risk of the rip current. It is a high risk of rip current as this system moves through. You know, around 2 o'clock this afternoon, we were down there and the skies down there were still clear at that time. A lot of blue skies. And then the clouds started streaming in from the west. It's been windy all day, but especially down there with a steady southeast wind. Waves breaking about 2 to 3 feet, but a strong west running current that is keeping lifeguards on guard. Those red flags expected to stay up until Friday and through Friday as that system moves through. The Gulf expected to calm just in time for the Easter weekend. Now around here, we have stayed dry throughout the day, although those clouds are starting to build now. The wind's still an issue, and we know that there's some showers moving into Mobile Bay even as we speak. So we're expecting all of this to go downhill pretty quick once that system gets here in the south part of Baldwin County. Over to the east of us, Cody Long is standing by in Escambia County, Florida. Cody, what's it like there?
Yeah, Debbie, right now it's calm and quiet here in northern Escambia County. We're in Century, and a lot of the people here in this particular neighborhood, they are very sensitive and very cautious when it comes to the possibility of severe weather. Right now, we are here along Jefferson Avenue. Now, you may remember an EF3 tornado struck right here in this neighborhood back in February, 3 years ago, one of the strongest to hit Escambia County in nearly 50 years, causing more than $3 million in damage. So a lot of people here, they have their safety plans in place after experiencing something like that. So right now you can see it is cloudy and it is just windy out here. The wind has started to pick up in just about the last 30 minutes. And we will be in Northwest Florida throughout the night, keeping you updated as the storms get close.
The weather, and keep the forecast right in your pocket by downloading the free WKRG weather app. It's available for Apple and Android devices.
Bond denied for a man charged with murder in Escambia County, Florida. Bobby Hawkins is accused of killing Kyle Baldwin on East Ensley Street in Pensacola earlier this week. Hawkins made his first court appearance this afternoon. He is charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder. Before the arrest, he was on probation for grand theft auto and cocaine possession. Hawkins is due in court May 10th.
New at 5 o'clock, legislation requiring consent from a parent before a girl under 18 could have an abortion has passed in the Florida House. It now moves to the Senate, where a similar bill is pending. Right now, Florida only requires parents be notified. A similar law was previously ruled unconstitutional by the Florida Supreme Court. Abortion a hot topic in both Alabama and Mississippi legislatures as well right now. A bill outlawing most abortions in Alabama has moved to the House floor. It would make it a felony to perform any abortion unless the mother's health was in jeopardy. In Mississippi, a ban on most abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected will go in effect July 1st. It is one of the strictest abortion laws in the nation.
Foley police have arrested 4 people accused in an armed robbery at the Allison Point apartment complex. Stopped while driving away from the scene. For injuring one of the victims. Download it now. It is free in the App Store and Google Play.
Several weapons and cell phones found in a security sweep at Holman Prison near Atmore today. These are a few of the makeshift knives found at the prison, and that search is still going on. Prison officials are conducting large-scale searches in hopes of reversing a trend of increased violence in state prisons. A similar search earlier this year at the 900-inmate St. Clair prison turned up about 160 weapons and 50 cell phones, as well as drugs.
A redacted version of the Mueller report is now public. It's based on more than 2,800 subpoenas, nearly 500 search warrants, and 500 witness interviews. It did not find any collusion between the Trump administration and the Russians during the 2016 election, but it did raise serious questions over whether the president obstructed justice on several occasions. Democrats are now calling for the full report to be released. You can see much more on the Mueller report on the CBS Evening News at the bottom of the hour. It follows News 5 at 5.
Due to record numbers, the Pensacola International Airport is expanding. After the break, how the Blue Wahoos figure into expanded Silver Airways flights.
And the price to attend a public university in Mississippi is going up, when the new tuition prices go into effect, and how much more it will cost you to send a child to college.
We are all under a tornado watch. We've got powerful thunderstorms coming toward us and one severe thunderstorm warning in Greene County. I've got all that in your forecast.